Hey everybody, this is David Bui and welcome to another edition of Hometown PTBO. We are here at Market Hall, and never in my journalistic career I ever thought I'd have the opportunity to do this interview, but this week's guest, I have a famed politician who is known to bring the Irish settlers emigrating it here to Upper Canada. We have Peter Robinson, looking 240 years young. You look absolutely fantastic.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I mean, the time has been very generous to me, I would say, over the last 240 years. But I'm so glad to see that Peterborough is flourishing.
Oh, absolutely. Of course, we're just completely kidding here. We actually have actor M. John Kennedy, but it's actually not far off that I called you Peter Robinson, because you were just recently announced the Grand Marshal of this year's St. Patrick's Day Parade, and you will be playing Peter Robinson himself. So not far off for me to call you that. So how did this all come about exactly for you?
This summer at Line Theatre, we're doing a play called Wild Irish Geese, and I'm playing Peter Robinson in the play. And so Tim, who runs the parade, he had the idea of what if we got the actor playing Peter Robinson to be the parade marshal, and so they called Fourth Line, got my contact, and said, okay, great, so I'm all set for the parade.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great warm-up for you, too, by the way, because it's, this is happening on March 16th. We had past guests like Dan O'Toole and Neil Sanderson from 3 Days Grace, and now this time they decided to go in a different direction and try to take you on as the Grand Marshal. So what was your thoughts and feelings when you found out that they wanted to go in this direction and have Peter Robinson on and you play the role of it?
Well, I mean, I'm delighted. I'm glad it's the 200th anniversary of Peterborough. Like, I grew up here. This is my hometown as well. And so coming back to be the parade marshal feels great, and to do so in character just feels fun. It feels like a breeze to me, too.
Yeah, absolutely. So when we met last week, Friday, you were really having a ball. You were out there in the outfit and everything, just playing out Peter Robinson as if he was born alive again. So you're really bringing a history of life, and hopefully history of life when the St. Patrick's Day Parade arrives on March 16th. So fantastic stuff to see. But we're here at Market Hall, and there's a lot of tie-ins here with you yourself. You also have a couple things coming up here, especially with the new Stages Festival happening, and also at the Theatre on King as well. So why don't you tell me some of your upcoming productions, aside from what you already have at Fourth Line Theatre?
Sure. Well, next Tuesday, February 25th, here at Market Hall at 7 p.m., I'm doing this show called Fireside Munch, which is a show based on Robert Munch stories. I'm doing Mud Puddle, Jonathan Cleanup, Then He Heard a Sound, Mortimer, and the Paper Bag Princess. And those shows I've been touring for a little bit. When Robert Munch retired a couple years ago, he's been very generous, let me come share some stories on his behalf. And I'm very fortunate that those shows have been well received. I've got 8 Dora nominations for these Fireside Munch shows, which is like the Toronto version of the Tonys. And so that's happening on Tuesday. And then on Saturday night, we're doing something totally different. At the Theatre on King, we're doing a show, it's a staged reading of a play called Venus in Fur by David Ives. And it's a sexy little staged reading. It's definitely an 18+ type show for language and some sexual content. And but if you're bringing the family to stuff, then come to Fireside Munch. And if you're looking for something to do after hours at 9 o'clock, then come to see Venus in Fur for sure.
Fair enough. Well, we know that Peterborough has a rich history of theater and production here, and you got a lot of your career was here in Peterborough, getting that, and then you've been all over, especially with the Fireside Munch. It's quite popular. What is it about the Peterborough's theater that really helps get people noticed and out there?
Well, here growing up here, I always found the theater community was so welcoming and so engaged, and also the quality of theater being done in the city is fantastic. I find the work here quite comparable to all the stuff that I do in Toronto as well. Even doing productions at the Theatre Guild, where I think about the first show I did there was The Wind in the Willows. I played Mr. Toad, and even that production I'm still proud of. I even feel proud of the stuff I did in high school. It still felt like great shows here. And so it really set me up to understand what was required and what quality work could look like. And then when I went to university, went to Toronto, went to York to do my undergrad, I spent the summers touring, doing theater, and that's how I paid for school. And so, I've been very fortunate. I've done plays in 38 different states and all over Canada, and it's always great to come home and do shows here.
Do you think it's also beneficial that Peterborough and the Kawarthas have so many popular theaters around here, the Theatre of King, Market Hall, and then there's also the Fourth Line Theatre in Millbrook, just to name a few, and then Show Place Performance Theatre.
Yeah.
So many theater places around here for a lot of actors and actresses to really help kind of get their start and put them out there on a local level, which could even get recognized beyond that.
Yeah.
So do you think that really helps out in helping all the actors and actresses here in Peterborough?
Oh, yeah, I mean, just having so many venues in such a vibrant community, people being willing and interested to come out to shows. That's why I'm so happy that we're doing this interview right now, because like next week with this New Stages Festival, like New Stages has really increased their output in the last couple of years. They're doing so much more work. I was fortunate I got to do here It's a Wonderful Life, the live radio play, and so I was playing George Bailey in that, which was fun. And then another reading here of another play by David Henry Huang, Yellowface. And so even New Stages alone, like all the programming they're doing, people come out and the place gets full, which is fantastic. So I think Peterborough likes theater. I think that's in evidence, you know?
It's very fair with how many theaters we have. So let's kind of just tie everything back together now. We bring back St. Patrick's Day now. You've been announced as the Grand Marshal for it, as Peter Robinson. So what can we expect from you on March 16th when we get it going?
Well, I mean, I'm planning to be back in like the full, tails coat that we had for the promo last week, and I will have the mutton chops back by then. I had to take these off for another show, but they will return for the parade. And then, I'll be happily strolling down the street in full Peter Robinson regalia, and, saying hello to everyone and really enjoying living in that character and celebrating the history of Peterborough and all these wonderful people who live here.
Well, after meeting you last week and seeing you in character, I have no doubt in my mind that you're going to do a fantastic job come March 16th. So we're looking forward to seeing you at the St. Patrick's Day Parade and hoping to see the rest of Peterborough and the Kawarthas come out here. It's a great big party. Everyone loves to come out here. It's a lot of family fun. So it's always been a great
parade.
event. 25th anniversary too. So we've hitting a lot of milestones here with this parade. Not to mention it's a 200th anniversary of Peterborough being founded as well. So a lot of rich history coming behind it. So Em, thank you so much for joining us here. Really appreciate you being on, and good luck with your shows happening next week.
My absolute pleasure. Yeah, come see us at Market Hall on Tuesday, and then at the Theatre on King on Saturday, March 1st.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thank you for watching Hometown PTBO, brought to you by CIBC, Pile Wealth Advisory.
All right, so with you being Peter Robinson, it reminds me of the show The Office, where Jim brought in Benjamin Franklin, but all the ladies thought he was a stripper. So it just reminded me of that because you just played Peter Robinson so well when I saw you last week on it, and it's like it's brought to life.
I mean, if it were a stripping Peter Robinson, it would take a while. There are a lot of layers because there's the coat of tails and the waistcoat. There's a shirt. There's a cravat. There's the undershirt. There's the suspenders, which are button suspenders. It's a whole thing. So I mean, if there were a St. Patrick's Day parade after dark, if that was that's a different show.
Oh,
but
boy.
it's definitely not what I'm under contract for. I'm just saying.
I certainly hope not. But I just wonder what there's.
But if there are private events you're talking about, I don't know, man. I don't know. Call my agent.
Yeah, just wonder how much alcohol is going to be involved with that as well. If that were to actually happen.
It's a different kind of party.
Yeah, absolutely would be.